All right, so we are doing more practice on the review of functions from my quick review series. So specifically what we're going to do in this video is we are going to take, so I've got these four functions. We're going to do all of these function operations as well as these function operations. So we've got all the function operations. Also, we're going to determine which of these are functions. So we have quite a few things we're going to do for this video. So this video continues extra practice exercises from my review video on the same topic. So if you want to check out that review video, I'll drop a link in the description. By the way, you can get a free PDF version of these problems with an answer key at divideandconquermath.com. Just go to the review section. Okay, so let's get into this. So I've got these four functions here, and I just have various operations that I'm going to do with them. So first I need to do f of 6. So for f of 6, that is asking me to plug 6 into this function here. So this is going to be 4 times 6 plus 3. So that's 24 plus 3, and that will equal 27. And then I'm going to do h of -1. So that's referring to this function here. So again, I'll plug in -1. So this will be -1 squared plus 5 times -1 plus 6. So that's going to be 1 minus 5 plus 6. So that will be -4 plus 6, and that will equal 2. Okay, so now we're going to move into some function operations. So I've got g plus h of x. So we talked about in the review video that all that's really asking me to do is to take g of x plus h of x. So I just need to figure out what are those functions. So g of x is this one, so that's x plus 3. And then h of x is this other one here. So that is x squared plus 5x plus 6. So I can just add the like terms. So this will be x squared plus 6x plus 9. And that's really all that I'm being asked to do, is just what is it to add those two functions. That's what that means. So moving on to d here, so I have h over g of x. So that means that I want to take, let's see, actually I'm missing the problems. Okay, sorry about that. So now I'm going to take h of x over g of x. Okay, so I just need to plug those in, right? So h of x is x squared plus 5x plus 6, and g of x is x plus 3. But the thing to notice with this is that x squared plus 5x plus 6 can be factored. So I will go ahead and just factor that then. So that will be x plus 3, x plus 2, and now in factoring that, the next thing I can do is I can cancel out those x plus 3's, and so then I'm just left with x plus 2. Okay, so continuing on to e here. So now I have k of f of x. So this is a composition. So again, I broke this down in my video. So what this means is I need to take k of f of x, and I said that we want to start from the inside and work our way out. So I need to replace f of x with what it is, which is 4x plus 3. And now, where I had an x here in the k function, now I'm going to replace that x with 4x plus 3. So this is going to become 4x plus 3 squared minus 9. And now I need to work that out. Now remember, 4x plus 3 means 4x plus 3 squared means I need to multiply those together, like so. So let's see, if I multiply those together, I will get 16x squared plus 12x plus 12x plus 9, and then don't forget the minus 9 at the end. Now I'm kind of running out of space here, so I will write this over here. So this is going to be 16x squared plus 24x. So the 9's drop out in this case. Okay, so next I'm going to take h times f of 3. So I talked about in the review video a few ways that you can kind of handle that. But one way we could think about this is just taking h of 3 times f of 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just evaluate each of those. So h of 3 is going to be 3 squared plus 5 times 3 plus 6. And so let's see, that'll be 9 plus 15 plus 6. So that's 24 plus 6, so that will equal 30. And then f of 3 is going to be 4 times 3 plus 3. So that's 12 plus 3, so that equals 15. So then to do h times f of x, or sorry, h times f of 3. So remember, I just said that I just need to take h of 3 times f of 3. So here was my h of 3, 30. Here was my f of 3, 15. So I can just take, I can just take 30 times 15, and that will equal 450. So next I'm going to take f of t plus 3. So really what this is saying is that where there's an x, replace it with a t plus 3. So this is going to be 4 times t plus 3 plus 3, right? So I just put that t plus 3 around everything else in the function, and then I just have to work that out. So 4 times t is 4t, 4 times 3 is 12, and then I still have the plus 3. So this will equal 4t plus 15. Okay, so next I have k of x plus h. So I'm going to replace this x with x plus h. So this will be x plus h squared minus 9. So I'm going to have to take x plus h times x plus h, and then I still have the minus 9. So that'll be x squared plus xh plus xh plus h squared minus 9. And so that'll be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 9. Okay, up next, so we have kind of a softball one here, so we just want to do k of 2. So to evaluate k of 2, I'm just going to plug 2 into this function. So this becomes 2 squared minus 9. That's 4 minus 9, so that will equal negative 5. Okay, moving on to j here. So now I have h over k of 2. So for this one, so again, I can just find what is h of 2 over k of 2, so I can evaluate those two separately. So if I wanted to go ahead and do h of 2, so that's going to be 2 squared plus 5 times 2 plus 6. So that's 4 plus 10 plus 6, so that will equal 20. And then k of 2, so I'm going to plug in the 2 here. So this is 2 squared minus 9. So that's 4 minus 9, so that equals negative 5. So then to do, I guess I have enough room up here. So to finish this problem then, I just take these two answers, right? So this will be 20 over negative 5, so that will equal negative 4. So next I have g minus h of negative 2. So again, same idea, right? So I can go ahead and just take g of negative 2 minus h of negative 2. So I'm going to evaluate those parts separately. So g of negative 2, that's going to be negative 2 plus 3, so that'll equal 1. And then h of negative 2, so h of negative 2 will be negative 2 squared. Remember, that is in parentheses, so that'll become positive. And then 5 times negative 2 plus 6. So this will be 4 minus 10 plus 6. So this actually equals 0. So then g minus h of negative 2, this will just be, so I just need to take g of negative 2 minus h of negative 2. So that's really going to be 1 minus 0. So this is 1 minus 0, so this just equals 1. And then finally, so I have L here, so I have g of f of 2. So this is going to be g of f of 2. So we talked about this in the review video. So we can actually start by just evaluating what is f of 2. So that's going to be 4 times 2 plus 3. So that's 8 plus 3, so that'll equal 11. So now where I have f of 2, I can replace it with the 11. So now I just need to evaluate what is g of 11. And so g of 11, I'll just plug 11 in, so this becomes 11 plus 3, and that'll just equal 14. Okay, so next we're going to do some of the vertical line tests. So we want to determine which of the following are functions. So you can always pause if you want to look this over and try this out on your own. And I actually have another sheet of these, so I'm going to do these, and I'm also going to do these. So I have a bunch of these that we're going to do. Okay, so starting with, starting with A here. So remember what the vertical line test is. So we did talk about this in the review video. So you're just trying to draw as many vertical lines as you can, and if you cannot find a place where these intersect the function more than once, then what that means is that this would be a function. And the same thing is true for b. So like the fact of the matter is, like, you might be thinking, oh, but what about here? So there's actually like this really clear like asymptote right in the middle of this graph. So there's no line that will intersect this more than once. So this is also a function. So C is just a horizontal line, so that's definitely a function. But D is not a function, right? So here's a vertical line that intersects more than twice, so this is not a function. And continuing on to E here, so again, I can find another graph where, so there's two intersections, so this is not a function. While for this next one, all my vertical lines intersect once, so this would definitely be a function. Okay, and so that brings us to the end of that video. So just as a reminder, my review series has many other topics in it. So all of my topics have a refresher video and then practice problems with an answer key and worked out solutions. So if you're interested in checking out more of these, go to divideandconquermath.com, go to the review section, everything is free. Otherwise, I am going to leave it at that. I hope to catch you guys in another video. Peace.